Whenever there's conflict, there's a huge amount of devastation that happens, particularly in the rural areas. During that Khmer Rouge period, the regime forced people to leave urban areas and to become involved in agriculture. Inevitably, it led to situations of famine, and a lot of the people who came from that urban population had no idea how to make a living from the land. My name is Roger Cousins, Programme Manager for Livestock and Agriculture Programme. Over 80% of the population are involved in agriculture, and we're looking at ways in which we can add value to the point where they can produce enough for their own family and then have a surplus which they can market and earn an income from. We have an example recently of a beneficiary who received from us piglets, and with the profit from that, her own idea was that she would invest some of that money to start a shop, as well as continuing in pig keeping because she'd already had good success. And that, to me, was a really good example of somebody who had moved from being previously in debt to the point of being self-sufficient, even able to consider a new business venture.
ត្រេកអរណាស់ដែលបានព្រះអង្គប្រទានដល់មកខ្ញុំឥឡូវខ្ញុំមិនបានធូរដូចថាខ្ញុំធូរធានបានឲ្យកូនទៅសាលាទៅឲ្យបានទិញសភៅទិញអីហ្នឹងខ្ញុំ
When people have a low income, where they're struggling to produce enough for their own subsistence, they have very little choice. The joy of being involved in this activity is being in a position where you can have some intervention in those families' lives to invest in their children's future, to invest in education. But all of those things, although they're obviously important, the basic element is land use and how they feed themselves. And from there they can spread into all sorts of green pastures.